Probably only got a few minutes of sunlight left. You can probably see the sun in the massive distance there. I just thought I'd take the opportunity to make a video. I'm just on my break at work. And I was listening today about a story about a bishop. And someone came into him and he was fatally ill. The bishop said, "That's great, it's fantastic. I'm envious. I wish I could come with you." And supposedly he was absolutely serious, and it's because he genuinely believed that he was going to heaven. And I'm trying to look at the first person to have asked this, but most people don't respond to that. The reason that story stands out is because most people don't respond like that. Theists, when their children die, of course, are torn apart. It destroys them. And they take some measure of comfort in knowing that they're in heaven. But if they really knew that they were in heaven, then I don't understand where the sadness really comes from. I mean, miss them, sure, fine. But it's the sheer, devastation of the life I don't get, because that's the best possible thing that could happen to your child. It's just the most... imagine if your child somehow turned out to be some super genius, and they were offered an opportunity to be flown across the world, where they would have everything provided for them. They would contribute to science and bring about a utopia on Earth, but it meant that you never got to see them again. You would be sad. You might even cry, but you wouldn't be devastated. You'd be deliriously happy for the kid. And it just reminded me of there was an episode of Star Trek I saw a while ago where they landed and they found a whole bunch of corpses. Don't remember the specifics, but they landed, they found a whole bunch of corpses, and they went through some teleporter and went to another society where part of the local mythology was once you reached a certain age, you would jump on the teleporter, and they thought that it took you to a paradise where everyone that you know that had already gone through the teleporter was there, and they were happy and healthy, and they were in heaven. And they actually believed it, and the method by which it happened, because it wasn't death, it wasn't actually you see the body lifeless in front of you, the body was taken away, and it was a society and culture that actually looked forward to this. It was part of it that you had to stay alive, and you had to wait until you reached a certain age, or I don't know what happened if you were sick or whatever. But so by watching the bodies actually travel away, it alleviated that uncertainty. I mean, there was still an uncertainty there, and there was still a sadness that they missed each other and that, but there was overall, it was something that they actually celebrated, because they actually believed that they were going to paradise. And you see that in the families of martyrs. Again, sadness that they're gone, but genuine happiness and genuine belief that they're actually in heaven. So these aren't the things that devastate them, they're things that lift them up and give them strength. So I find it strange, but at the same time it makes sense that if you see the lifeless body in front of you of your son, but you believe that the spirit is in heaven, that you're torn apart, it makes sense that you would be torn apart. But what doesn't make sense is that you actually believe that they're in heaven. And if there was some other method, like in the Star Trek episode, like maybe aliens come down and pick up the elderly, or aliens come down and pick up the sick and dying, and they might not tell you anything, but you might build up a mythology that they're taking them off to some paradise, when in actual fact they're taking them off to some stellar slaughterhouse. But the fact that they're actually being taken away, and the fact that you don't see the dead body, would help to confirm an actual belief. And I really don't think that you would react the same way if that sort of thing happened. I mean, when you see the dead body, the reaction is, this person is dead. They no longer exist. And of course, it's the natural and appropriate reaction. You might take some comfort in thinking that they're in heaven, but if you actually believed that they were in heaven, you wouldn't respond like that. Fuck you, everybody. Good night.